Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year for 2026. I thought I would hop on and get the year started with my little video about travel planning for 2026. And I'm going to include some trends for the new year and a few tips of my own. So let's get started. So I'll start with what I do, just briefly. I do full service travel planning and support. I collaborate with my worldwide partners and make personalized itineraries and create stress-free experiences for you by taking all of those hours and hours of research, getting lost online, and I take over it as a professional and handle all the details for you. If you haven't worked with me before, then I'll leave a brief explanation at the end and kind of explain my process to you. So travel trends for 2026. We're looking at, well, first of all, to talk about why people travel and what the occasions are. For example, honeymooners. I get a lot of honeymooners, and I get anniversaries, birthday milestones, and family travel, which is involved a lot with spring break, summertime, and even Christmas time sometimes. So the hot destinations for this year are looking to be, see, we've got Greece, Japan, Portugal, Croatia, France, and Italy. And I can attest to all of those because I've sent clients to all these locations and they've loved it, of course. Those are all great options. For the US, if you want to stay domestic and skip the international flights, then we have Hawaii, the Florida Keys, New York City, California, especially the Napa Valley area if you're into wine, and Arizona. And I can also attest to this. I've sent clients to all these places and they've had different experiences, but we take care of the details and they had a great time. Another trend is relaxation and wellness. We have a lot of partners that specialize in this. We have certain destinations, we have certain accommodations that really cater to that. So if you're not looking to hit the road and have a checklist of a bunch of things to do and see, you just want to relax and unwind and kind of get away from the chaos of life, then I've got some great places for you and some great ideas. So, for a few tips and advice from someone that is in the travel industry, and of course, travels a lot of my own, the first is to hire a professional. You guys are busy, you've got families, you have your jobs, you have a lot of demand on your time. Hand it over to a professional. We've got the connections, we've got the time, and this is what I do, and this is what I love to do. My other advice is to always say plan ahead. If you can plan ahead and get ahead of the curve, then you're going to have the best options. And we're going to have that extra time to really customize what it is that you're looking for and what's best for your family, for your trip, and fit everything in nicely and have plenty of time to do it and plenty of time to get excited for it. If you have to do last minute, I do that too, but I can still pull something off. Another tip I always have for my clients is to at least let me arrange the transfer once you arrive from the airport to the hotel, if not all of your transfers. If you let me do all of the transfers, it makes it seamless and you don't have to worry about taxis, Ubers, and all that stuff. But especially when you land from the airport, because if you're like me and you don't sleep well on a flight, I never have, then you land tired. You may land in an airport that you're unfamiliar with and getting your baggage, wandering around, getting lost like I do. Then maybe hopping in a taxi or an Uber, which might work for you, but you're going to take a risk on some of the scamming that goes out there. And it does happen a lot. So if it's arranged ahead of time, it's already paid for, you don't have to worry about that. You've got somebody with a sign holding up a sign with your name on it, and you just get in the car and go to your hotel and relax. So that's very important. And another piece of advice is some of my clients will book their own flights, and if that works for them, that's completely fine. But we do have an air department that I work with my host agency, and booking flights through them, they have 24/7 support, meaning that if you have a delay, if you have a cancellation, they're going to know before you, and they're going to be able to start booking you into the few spaces that are left for that next flight out, rather than waiting for the crowd of all the people trying to jump in and grab those last spaces. So it's a really good peace of mind to have, especially if you're traveling internationally. You don't want to miss that flight because you're going to lose a whole day of fun stuff in your destination. So it's just always a good peace of mind to have. So just a little suggestion. So next, how I work. If you happen to not have worked with me before, some people ask, well, what is my process, what I do? So I'll give you a brief recap of it so you'll know. So I start with a consultation or a Zoom call. And when I start, I just let the client talk and give me some ideas about what they're looking for, what they're thinking about, and just kind of have a free flow conversation. I do make sure that I go over the basics, like, your dates, how many days, all that stuff, destination. But I also love to dig a little deeper and find out what your personal interests are and what your hobbies are, because I may be able to put that together in the plan for your destination. So I like to get all those details up front so that I can get it right from the beginning. So once we get past that step, if you do decide to proceed with me, then I send a couple of forms and you fill those out. And based on what you're looking for and based on your budget, I'll pick the perfect partner in that destination and start collaborating with them. So I like to combine my personal travel experience, if I've been there, with their local knowledge. And that's really the best way to come up with a customized itineraries to combine those two. And they can suggest things that are more practical, a more practical way to get around, or kind of help me put together something that's seamless and that fits your idea of what you want to do. Then once I receive the first proposal from them, I review it to make sure it fits what you were looking for in the beginning and present that to you and give you a chance to look it over, see what you like. If there's anything that you don't like or you want to change around, then I apply those edits with my partner and we come up with that final plan for you. So once you're getting ready for the trip, make sure you've got everything that you need, any kind of, if there's any kind of requirements to enter your destination, make sure those are handled ahead of time. And once it's the day for you to fly out, I monitor your flights. I make sure everything goes smoothly. If something happens and you have a delay, then I'll make sure I contact ahead of time and rearrange your arrival plans in case that needs to be done. And basically, I'm just here for you when you travel. If something comes up, then reach out to me and I handle it for you. And finally, how to get started with me. If you haven't worked with me before, I'll leave a link below which goes to my website, and you can either fill out a brief form or just send me an email. We can set up our first call and talk about what the exciting plans and ideas you have for this year. All right. Thanks again to everybody, and Happy New Year, happy 2026. And I hope to see you soon, and reach out when you're ready. Thank you.